Second flight of the Tundy.
Flaps half.
Stay.
Release.
Ellie. Stay. Stay.
Flaps half.
Come. Oh.
Flaps up.
Have to work on that little pups.
11.3 volts.
Is it, there's gonna be a lot of air blowing over the mic. Into the tube deep was complaining that he'd forgotten how to fly. Yeah, that's why I like the blather, aside from literally generally hearing myself and having a vlog that I can look up later and see what's going on in my life at the given day. It also is distracting, because if I don't divide my attention,
11.2 volts.
I tend to want to concentrate too hard, if that makes sense. And I need to let this flying thing be fairly organic. So early on, me and another friend of mine, Rob from Australia, started talking on the camera. And we found that it was really beneficial
11.2 volts.
in the learning stages. And we just kept on. However, Rob would eventually marry a Ruski, and when you got a gal, you're smartly enough, you want to keep her, you're too busy to fly, so he got out of the flying business. Other pals who all
11.1 volts.
kind of started at the same time back in the day. Noel, he got into quad racing. It appears Australians as a whole love to bet and gamble and are very competitive. I had no idea. So quad racing turned out to be his forte, so he spends less time doing anything else, to include working. What else? Jonesy would become a father about in the early stages of our hobby, and just simply didn't have enough time to fly anymore and room to fly. So that was the end of that. He eventually moved over to crawlers and fell in love with his daughter and thoroughly enjoys
10.9 volts.
spending time with her. As I told him, there'll be plenty of time in your latter third, from 40 to 60, to fly. You only have one time to spend with your daughter. Who else? Peter from Australia. It turns out he couldn't fly. He wanted to fly, and he finally got discouraged and left flying altogether. He was a weird guy. He was an arborist for a Seventh-day Adventist hospital down there. Took care of all the plants. He's a weird guy.
10.7 volts.
I'm getting out of battery. So who else was there? There was Spiros from, he was from Landing, no, not yet. He was from Greece, and he was also a young father, and they had
10.7 volts.
terrible turmoil over there, and I don't know what he eventually ended up doing. He pops up every once in a year, and he ended up kind of getting out of flying too because of kids. Edmund out of South Africa, I think he's of Dutch descent. He last I spoke to him, he was on his way out, but he was still working. He suffered terrible diabetes. Landing. This thing is not going to want to come down, so you have to force it. Ellie, come. Leave it. Come. Okay. Let's see if the beeve can go up, huh?